Okay, we're live. Yay. Everybody, how are you? On Facebook, on YouTube. Hello, and welcome to this lesson. I'm going to be working with Tam, whose native language is Vietnamese. She's a student in Rachel's English Academy. I'm going to work with her for about maybe 20 minutes. And as I work with her, you can see the style of how we work with students in the Academy. And Rachel's English Academy, we're having our May sale. Today is the last day. So I want to warmly welcome in anybody who's curious. Johanna's letting me know that person just became a member. Thank you. Hope to see you in the Academy classroom soon. So if you use the code LIVE10, you can get an extra 10% off. That's only good for this live class. So that code will go away in probably about 30 minutes or so. But I'm going to work with Tam and then answer questions. So if you have questions, you can put them in the chat and my team will be looking out for them and I will answer them towards the end. But for now, I'm just glad to see you guys here. Riyadh, we've got All in One, Aaliyah. Glad to have you guys here. So I'm going to go get Tam. And as we're working on the accent training, if you have any questions about any of the courses you hear us talking about or how to pronounce anything, just let us know. Put it in the chat. Okay, I'm going to go. Tam, you can unmute yourself. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, Tam, I'm so happy to meet you. Please tell me a little bit about yourself. Where do you live? What do you use English for? How long have you been studying?
Yes. Hi, Rachel. Hi, everybody. I'm Tam Thai, and I live in Boston now, and I have been in US around like 12 years.
Okay.
I'm studying English when I in the middle school in Vietnam already, and when I moved to here, I'm continue to study English too until now. Yeah.
And do you use it for work?
Yes, I'm used it for work, but not a lot. Like I am the IT, my position is my position is like developers as the Scrum Master and product owners, but I'm not use a lot of English to communication.
Okay. So you use it in life some, work some, but you would like to use it more and improve your skills more.
Yes. Because recently I try to get a new role that the product owners, and for that role you have to communicate a lot with the business users and stakeholders. So I want to improve my accent or my pronunciation, so that the people can easy to understand me.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's what we want to help you do. When you've been working in the academy, have you tried out the essentials course, or what have you been working on?
Yes, I joined in Radio English. I think like almost 10 months. Yeah, I have joined the daily plan and essential too. Since I know like essential only start in like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And I gave it a try too.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very focused the way we work in essentials. Yes. Okay, great. Right. Well, thank you for telling me about yourself. I have a couple things that I know I want to work on, but I also wanted to ask you if you have anything specific that you want to work on based on a question from the academy or just something that's come up as in life that's been challenging for you.
Yes. For English, I feel that I got a lot of things I need to improve. Like my conversation, sometimes I feel that I very like choppy.
Yeah.
And also like, sometimes when I just speaking, I could not recognize I'm missing some like final sounds.
Yeah.
So that is something I want to really want to improve it, because when someone repeat it or say it to me, I can get it. That, they're missing this, that.
Yeah.
But when I say it, I totally
Yeah. Well, there's one important thing to be doing, and that's to be recording yourself and listening to yourself. Because if you can hear it when someone repeats it back to you, that's a good sign. That means you know how it should sound. But if you record yourself and listen to it, you'll notice it there too. And that's one of the things that I coach people through in the essentials. In some of the lessons that were new last week, it's about the process of coaching yourself and how to record yourself doing a free talk and go back and listen to that. So that might be a good way to catch these things. One word that I noticed is I'm going to type up the sentence that you said or something like the sentence that you said. Let me change my chat settings here. Let me see. What exactly did you say? I'm just going to have to make up the end of the sentence. So the sentence that I finished out for you was, sometimes I speak English. And when you said it, you definitely said, sometime I speak English. And you left off that ending, sometimes, light Z sound. Can I hear you say that whole phrase?
Sometimes I speak English.
Yeah, that was better. Sometimes, and I heard the Z and it was clear. I do have a feeling that recording yourself will help you catch these ending sounds because it can really affect clarity. If your speech is kind of choppy and separate and there are dropped sounds, those combined together can make it harder to understand. I do want to work with you mostly, though, on the smoothness of your speech. Like you said, you're noticing it's separate, and part of that is the syllables are similar in length. And if we don't have that contrast, it's harder for us to understand. So even if you never fixed any of your sounds, but your rhythm became totally natural, it would be way easier to understand. So I'm just going to have you tell me about your day briefly. I'll stop you as soon as I find a sentence that I want to work with. So you're in Boston. Tell me what you did today.
Today I traveled to Milwaukee.
Okay, let's take that phrase. I'm going to type it in. I traveled to Milwaukee. Okay, so you said it as 4 clear separate words. I travel to Milwaukee. So we don't want I travel. I'm going to put a D on the end of that, even though I traveled to. We'll lose it a little bit when we link in to, but we want to do past tense. I traveled to. So let me hear you say, I trav.
I trav.
Exactly. I trav. It's like that's a word. I trav.
I trav.
I traveled.
I travel.
Exactly. And now we're going to take the reduction of the word to. So instead of saying I traveled to, we're going to say I traveled to.
I traveled.
I traveled to.
I traveled.
Okay, let me think 1 second. The second syllable of travel, I want to hear oh. Can you do that sound? Oh. Let me put on my glasses so I can look at your mouth a little bit more. Do it again. So keep your lips relaxed. Oh. I'm making it by pressing oh a little bit down and back with the back of my tongue. Oh. And letting this stay relaxed. Darkest L is really one of the hardest sounds in American English, for sure. Oh. You keep your lips relaxed. Oh. And now press the tongue back a little bit. Not the tip, but the back. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
That's sounding more like it. We call that the dark L, the dark sound. Have you worked on that yet in the academy?
No, not yet. Yeah.
When you get there, we have a lot of audio for you to work with, and also photos so that you can see It's the back of the tongue pressing down and back. The front just stays relaxed. Oh. Oh. You can even see my neck moving a little bit where the base of the tongue is. Oh. Mm-hmm. So that's the sound that would be at the end of like Rachel.
Rachel.
Uh-huh. Except not oh, just oh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Now let's go feel.
Feel.
Yeah. That's the dark L, and it doesn't involve la. It doesn't involve lifting the tongue tip up. That's called the light L. That's at the beginning of a word. This is the dark L at the end of a word, ol. Okay, I loved your feel. I want to do it again with you. Feel.
Feel.
Well, hold on. Feel. Make sure your tongue tip doesn't come back. Then it starts to sound like an R. Feel. So the tongue is long. It's up here, and the back is stretching back.
Feel.
That's it. Feel. Let's do another word. Let's do fall.
Fall.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Keep the volume a little bit louder. Not for regular life, just for now, because of the microphone. Fall.
Fall.
I think that's a pretty good sound. It's a little bit hard to tell with the microphone. Oh, can I hear you just do that? Oh.
Oh.
Yes, that is a good dark L. Is that strange? Is that a sound that you've ever made before?
It's strange.
It's strange. It's new. And that's part of why it's so hard for people to find it, is because it is strange. And actually, if I hold it out for too long, I start coughing because the contact point back there, we're not used to that part of our tongue touching that part of our throat. So if I do it too much, it makes me cough. But in a word, we just kind of, it's a short sound overall in a word. But that's great. That dark sound is all over the place in American English. We have so many words that end in like able, like available. All of these words that end in that suffix. So we have so many words that end in LE. Table, label, maple, for example. Example, Rachel. So they all end in ol. Make sure your lips stay relaxed. Let me hear it again. Ol. Okay, hold on. I think a little bit more pressing down and back here. Otherwise, it sounds too much like the vowel, but we want oh. That's more like it. Exactly. So I think after this session, go to the consonants course and watch the video about the dark L, and then work with that audio some, and definitely do the slow motion words. Feel. The slow motion helps you focus in. Yeah, let's hear that. Let's play it, say it. I'll say it, and then you say it back. Feel. That was so good. Your I vowel was so good, and your dark L was so good. Let's do it a couple more times. Fill. And now I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Fill. Yes, fill it up. Yeah. Good. Your sounds were so good, and it was so connected too. That was great. Okay, so I want to go back now, and I'm not going to keep working on the dark L, even though it won't be perfect, right? Because we just found it. So now you need to do a lot of training to make it stick. But now I'm going to go back to that sentence, and I'm going to focus more on all of the smooth linking. Like when you just said, fill it up. It was all so smoothly linked. That's the feeling we want all the time. So your phrase was, I traveled to Milwaukee. So we're going to take the first 3 words. I traveled to.
I traveled.
Yes. And now we're going to throw in Milwaukee. I traveled to Oh, you know what? I said to. I want duh. I traveled to.
I traveled.
Yes. I traveled to Milwaukee.
I traveled to sorry.
That's
I
okay.
traveled to Milwaukee.
Yes, exactly. It's a little bit of a tongue twister, that word. Any longer word that you're not used to saying, and this is probably not a state that you go to all the time, so it's not a part of your everyday vocabulary. Any word like that, guys, break it. Think about the stress. So it's 3 syllables. Milwaukee. And think about your unstressed syllables being a little quieter. I really think thinking about which is stressed helps with the pronunciation of the whole thing, because it makes you realize, oh, I can simplify. Instead of mill, it's mill. And instead of key, it's key. Milwaukee. Wow. That seemed so much easier. It flowed. The stress was good. Just bringing back the unstressed syllables helps organize the word. Let's play it, say it that just a little bit. Milwaukee. That's so good. Milwaukee. I'm really happy with how much smoother this is sounding. It just sounds so much easier. It sounds so much less effortful, and the smoothness is just so relaxing to listen to. When it's choppy, if I'm listening to someone speaking English and it's very choppy and separated, I know I have to really focus to understand what's going to be said. When it flows like that, I don't feel that way at all. I don't feel like, okay, focus, pay attention. You've got to get this. It's like I feel like it comes to me without me having to figure it out. So that's great. Let me take one more sip of tea so I don't blow out my vocal cords. I've had a bad cold for the last few days. Okay, so we're going back to the whole phrase, I traveled to Milwaukee. And we're thinking about tra. And we're thinking about wa. And those are our 2 up-down shape of stress. Everything else smoothly links in. I traveled to Milwaukee.
I traveled to Milwaukee.
Good. I traveled to Milwaukee.
I traveled to Milwaukee.
And we're just going to keep going. I traveled to Milwaukee.
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 Yes, I felt like it got even a little bit easier as you went, and your short syllables got shorter, which is exactly what I wanted, but I didn't want to say it. I just wanted to see if you got there, and you did. And you guys, even just now with Tam, I stopped doing the play it, say it after maybe 4 or 5 times. But in the academy, I tell my students, do it 10 times, do it 20 times. Because the more you do it like that, the more you make those little tweaks. And then once you get that, then you really lock it in by doing it 5 or 10 more times. So that was great. And the play it, say it is really sort of what the whole academy is based on. You watch a video and you learn it, but then it's really about using the audio to turn it into the habit. So this sounds great, Tam. Okay, so you traveled to Milwaukee. I'm going to let you keep telling me about your day, and I'm going to find another word or phrase here or there that I'm going to want to link in. Because right now, you're not going to be able to think about linking because you're thinking about what to say. But the more you do this exercise and you record yourself, you'll notice the choppiness, you'll practice those phrases smoothly, and just the easier it'll all become. Okay, so are you still in Milwaukee?
Yes. Yes, I'm still in Milwaukee.
Let's take that phrase. I'm still in Milwaukee. So that's how you said it. I'm going to type it in.
I'm still in Milwaukee. Yeah,
Now,
Milwaukee.
okay, so this is going to be challenging. We've got a dark L in still. But it wasn't bad. I'm still in Milwaukee is how it came out. It was less choppy than you were speaking at the very beginning of the lesson, but it was still, I'm still in. So instead of I'm, we can say, I'm. Exactly. It's quieter, lower in pitch, flatter, because it's still that gets our attention. I'm still.
I'm still.
Exactly. I liked your L there. I'm still.
I'm still.
And let's make I'm even shorter. I'm still.
I'm still.
I'm still.
I'm still.
Yes. The first time you didn't say an M, but the second time you did. Did you notice that?
Not much.
No, that's amazing. You didn't notice it, but you fixed it just by listening and repeating. Okay, now I'm going to add in the word in. I'm still in.
I'm still.
Okay, hold on. I'm still in. Let's just say it that for a second. I'm still in.
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 Let me hear you say the name Lynn.
Lynn.
So, this is, now we're really getting into the thick of pronunciation. Because the word still is linking into a vowel, I want you to think of the L as beginning the next word. So the next word is in. So we're going to, in our mind, think of it as Lynn. And this is sort of what we did earlier when we said fill it up. We took the L of fill, lit, and we linked it in. And and that helped those two words feel really smooth together. When we have an ending consonant and the next word begins with a vowel, linking that consonant into the vowel is a great way to get rid of that choppiness that we're talking about and to have smoothness. And in the Academy, we have a linking course. There's a whole section on ending consonant to beginning vowel. It's such a good, easy opportunity for smoothness. So we're going to take the name Lynn and we're going to say it a few times. Lynn.
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 Still in.
Still in.
Fill in.
Fill in.
Exactly. Still in.
Still in.
Yes. So we've got all the connection there that we could ever want. That's exactly right. So now we're going to take I'm. I'm still in.
I'm still in.
Perfect. So smooth. Very different than I'm still in, which is kind of overly clear to the point where it's not clear anymore. Because if the pronunciation is too clear and separate, then like I said, we lose our structure and we're like, oh, I'm going to have to really focus to understand this. I'm still in.
I'm still in.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
That's so good. I'm still in Milwaukee.
I'm still in Milwaukee.
Yes. Very smooth. So tell me, does this feel stressful, easy, like you'll never be able to do it again? How are you feeling about all of that?
Yeah, I feel that like it I have to like practice more to turn it become the habit. Like kind of like I know like where the issue is.
Yeah.
But like not exactly you two with that yet. So sometimes I'm not exactly sure. Okay, if during the conversation if I repeat the same word, can I still linking it or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So when you're in actual real conversation for now, don't worry about it. It's more like for now when we're practicing, this is going to be the primary goal. Is when I link, what is the feeling? Can I bring that feeling to everything? Like the connection, the stickiness, the sloppiness, and as you work through things like the Essentials course, like right from the very beginning, we're practicing linking the very first phrases at home, at work. There is no way you can work with that audio and still say at home, because it's drilled into you. So the more you do that, it starts with just that small little link, but the more you do it, the more it can become habit overall. And I think that the Stress 3 course could be good for you because it focuses on words like at, for, that become at work, for work. These little things that you kind of have to link or it doesn't sound right. Of course, we've already talked about the linking course, but then also the conversation courses. those are also a great place to go. We have 3 of them because they have all of these little snippets of real conversation, including where we've slowed it down. And when you repeat with the slow motion, then you really hear the flow and the movement from one word to the next. But this is exciting because this is, it honestly feels like your sounds seem to be clarifying a little bit even as you do this. I'm not sure what that's about. If somehow the flow is just letting you let go more in a way that makes the sounds seem more natural, but I feel like focusing on the flow and the linking is also positively affecting your sounds. Let's just take one more sentence. Can you tell me one more thing about your day?
Yes. I had a parties with a welcome party with my coworkers, and I meet a lot of new members.
Okay, great. So some of that was pretty linked. You said I meet. That should be I met, past tense. So I'm going to type that in. Yeah. I met with a lot of new co-workers. Okay, that's going to be the phrase that we use. Okay, so I met. Let's hear that.
I met.
Exactly. Very smooth. Perfect. Now we have a bunch of words in a row that are not going to have this. It's I met with a lot of new, and then it'll be co-workers. So with a lot of new. All 5 of those words are going to be strung together and lower in pitch. So it's going to sound like this. With a lot of new.
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 Yeah, no, I'm not saying the V sound at the end of. I'm taking lot of and I'm saying lotta.
Lot.
Yeah, lot of new.
With a lot of new.
Yes, with a lot of new.
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 Yeah, well, I was just about to say that's perfect, and that one sounded like da 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 da. With a lot of new. With a lot of new. Smoother, with a lot of new.
With a lot of new.
That's better, with a lot of new.
With a lot of new.
Yes, so it's flowing, right? Did you feel a difference from that last one?
Yeah.
How would you describe that to somebody else?
I think like the word you don't feel that like you are reading every single word one by one.
Yeah. Right. It's like it shouldn't feel like different words. It's with a lot of new. I mean, like that sounds like it could be a single word with a lot of new. With a lot of new. I feel like maybe we should turn it into a word. It's got such good flow. It's got such good sounds. With a lot of new. Okay, so we're going to say I met with a lot of new.
I met with a lot of new.
Okay.
I met with a lot of new.
I met with a lot of new. So I am taking a little bit of stress on lot. I think we do need a little bit there just to help the rhythm. I met with a lot of new.
I met with a lot of new.
With a lot of new.
With a lot of new.
Yeah, I can tell that that's kind of tricky. And I think the TH is a little bit of a challenge. Let's just say with a.
With a.
Yeah. So can we do that without quite as much tongue tip coming through so that it can be faster? With a.
With a.
With a.
With a.
Sounds perfect. I'm going to play it, say it with you. With a.
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 With a lotta.
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 So that's perfect. It sounds really linked together and it looks relaxed. That's what we want. So it just is going to take this kind of thing, doing it over and over. And so one thing that I say in the Essentials course when I'm talking about doing a free talk is it's just like this. I want you at the end of your day to record yourself for just even like 10 seconds saying what you did. So you could have said, I flew to Milwaukee and I met with a lot of new coworkers. It could even be that. It could be 5 seconds. And you go back and you listen to it. You write down what you said, and then you just listen to it over and over. Is it linked? Is it as smooth as I want? And you'll probably be able to tell that it's not. So then you take it and you drill it just like we are. Okay, so I need to say, I met with. And then you start drilling it like that. You let it flow. And this is how we can find phrases that we would use to talk about our own lives, because it's a free talk about your day. But this sounds really good. The Stress 3 course has a section called Reduction Strings, and actually Essentials has that too, where it's many words in a row, like with a lot of. It's not just one reduction, like at home, how at becomes it, but it's what happens when we have several together. Because it's almost harder to think about, well, I've got to make, how do I put all these words and all of these sounds together in a way that's natural? And you'll find that the more you do it, the more you realize I don't have to pronounce each sound so fully. You know, we take some of the volume out, we take some of the energy out. Like I said with the TH, it doesn't have to be with, but the tongue is less than that with. It's just exactly. It's just touched. It's just vast. Let me take another sip of tea. And let me hear you say, we're going to say a lot of new coworkers because I want to get that stress word in there. I'm going to just start with a lot of new co. A lot of new co.
A lot of new co.
Right. A lot of new co.
A lot of new co.
Okay, that's a little bit a lot of new. A lot of new. Do you hear a difference?
A lot of new.
Yes. A lot of new.
A lot of new.
Exactly. It's like just constantly moving forward. The articulators, the tongue, they make the sounds, but they never stop the flow. A lot of new.
A lot of new.
Yes. A lot of new co.
A lot of new co.
Mm-hmm. A lot of new coworkers.
A lot of new coworkers.
Yes. Good. Oh, you dropped the S sound at the end of coworkers. It's actually a light Z. A lot of new coworkers.
A lot of new coworkers.
Yes, exactly. That was it. And you know what? You didn't bring the choppiness back in. We made the sentence longer, which sometimes makes it harder to hold on to what we've done. But you did a good job with that flow. And I saw you at one point move your arm like that. That's great. Think about that. All of English, we want it to flow like that. So you can even think about that when you're working with the soundboards. Think about the flow. It's not separate words, but it's not even separate words close together. It's just flow. The whole thing is flow. This has made a really nice change to your sound. I mean, I know there's so much work to do to make it more of a habit, but I'm really happy with the ease that I'm hearing in your speaking voice.
Thank you.
It's excellent. So keep up your good work and definitely keep posting in the community, getting teacher feedback. But yeah, so I would say finish Essentials and maybe go look at those other courses that we talked about. And if you want to, you can also be doing Essentials at the same time. But yeah, there's a lot there so that you can find the path that works for you. But that overall is sounding really, really great. Keep it up.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. I think I really like the course we have, and I think the essential it have the new way. Even the content it have the same one the similar to the daily plan.
Yeah,
but more focused. And,
right.
Ask you to repeat until you turn that to habit.
Exactly. What we found was the daily plan was a little bit too vague. It required too much for the student to be motivated. And we were like, how can we make a course where the student doesn't have to be motivated? They just have to come. And then we'll take care of everything for them. And that's sort of how Essentials came to be. But thank you so much. I'm so glad that you like it. And I'm just so happy to hear this English flowing out of you. So keep up that good work.
Thank you, Rachel.
Okay, thank you so much. Take care.
Take care. Hope you get well soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye. I'm going to turn off Tom's video. I'm going to put you back in the classroom so you know you won't pop into the live stream again. Okay, well, that was fun, you guys. I just love working with students. You can probably tell, but I mean, it always surprises me how almost any student from almost anywhere, even in a short 20-minute session, can make a real change to their sound, can discover something new. You know, it's one thing to hear about the flow and to know that all your words need to link together, but it's another thing to feel that yourself and discover that, and to hear, oh, Rachel is repeating back to me what I'm doing, and I hear the choppiness, and I hear how I want to change that. That can really help. You know, when students sign up for the Academy, they do get access to live classes with me. I work this way once a month with students who have full Academy access or are subscription members. We don't have the subscription anymore, so you can't buy it now, but we still have students from when it was a thing. And once a month, I work with a couple of students there. So if you do join the Academy, make sure you keep an eye out on your emails, because before each live class, we send out an email to students to get volunteers. And then we use a random number generator. So if you're not chosen the first time, just keep responding and your number will come up. But then you also get access to potentially working with one of our teachers. You can take private lessons. You can get an in-depth accent evaluation. All of these are great ways to supercharge your work, to give you really focused feedback on where to go. And of course, if you do join the community as well, you get feedback there also. We have different challenges in the Essentials course in the daily plan that you can post to the community group to get feedback from teachers. Okay, I'm going to take a sip of tea and start answering questions that are coming in from chat. So this would be both Facebook, YouTube, and my students in Rachel's English Academy. So keep them coming. Keep your comments and questions coming. Hey, Olga, we've got John, Paul Devereaux, Oscar, Abby, lots of people showing up here. Thank you guys so much for being here. And yeah, keep your questions coming. Okay, I'm going to go over, Jehoshaphat in the Academy is asking for the stress on certificate. So just like when I was working with Tam and we were talking about finding the stressed syllable in a longer word, that can help you simplify and organize the word. So in the word certificate, it's T, it's the second syllable. So that's the only syllable with length and up, down, sir. First syllable is going to be lower, sir. Certificate. Last two syllables, quieter, lower, flatter. Certificate. Focusing on this, breaking it up this way, any long word this way, can really help simplify it and just make it easier to say. Simplify the sounds, simplify the mouth movements. Okay, Seung Jong took a intensive class with one of our teachers, Josh, and says, in my live class, Josh told me I need to stress vowels by dropping the jaw. I haven't found many soundboards for the da patterns. Okay, so that is right. We don't have that many soundboards that focus on the da 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 da. Honestly, I should have leaned into it more, but so many students didn't do that work. I mean, when I ask students to break down a word into just syllables and practice syllable length, da 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 da, I'm going to the basketball game or something like that. It's sometimes people don't do it because it's uncomfortable and it feels hard. And I always tell students, oh, does that feel awkward to do that? And they'll say, yeah. And then I'll say, well, then you have to do it. We have to do the exercises that are the most uncomfortable because that's the only way to make them comfortable. But you're right, I don't have that many of that kind of exercise in the Academy. I do have some in pronunciation foundation, but you've probably already been there. So you're asking if you can use the reduction soundboards to keep practicing vowel stress. Yeah, absolutely. And actually, If you go to the Essentials course, we start with a bunch of reductions with at, like at home, at school, at work. And these can be really good ways to practice the rhythmic contrast because you're repeating it so much. You're hearing so much how short the at reduction is and how the next word has an up-down shape of stress. And it's just 2 words that you're messing with at any given time that you can really drill that pattern in. So definitely check out the Essentials content. The at reduction, also the for reduction. Okay. Natasha is asking about the word reservation. So again, just like the longer words we've worked with, let's try to find the stressed syllable. I'm going to say it again. Reservation. Who knows what syllable is stressed? We've got re, zer, ve, shin. Who can hear it? Ve. That's right, Natasha. It's ve. So what do we want to do? Well, first of all, we want to practice that syllable. Make sure that we're giving it a shape. Ve. I don't want ve. I want to make sure I hear my voice going up, but then more importantly, ve, coming down. That's the shape I need. Ve. So then I want to take the other syllables and practice them. So before my stress, I have res-er. I'm going to say that reser, 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 reser. Kind of quiet, not a lot of energy, simplified mouth movements. Reser, reser, reser. And my last syllable as well. Shin, shin, shin. Reser, ve, shin. Now I can put it all together. Reservation, reservation, reservation. Finding that stress will help me simplify it. Carlo, Prom, Juan, JJ, thank you guys so much. Coming in, someone's asking, do I have a class for Zoom? Yes, I teach once a month on Zoom in Rachel's English Academy. Okay, let's look at our other questions. Amy Young is asking about light L and dark L. What do they mean? What is the difference? She says, sorry, this is new to me. I've never heard about them. That's totally fair. I had never heard about them until I started teaching pronunciation. I never thought about it before. So a light L is an L that comes before a vowel or a diphthong in a syllable. So like the L in the word lead comes at the beginning. That's a light L. But also the L in the word blend. So it doesn't start the word starts with B. Blend, but the L comes before the vowel, so that's a light L. When it comes after the vowel, that's a dark L. So like the word real. Real. That syllable ends in an L. L comes after the vowel, that's a dark L. Now, there are lots of subtleties to how we pronounce the dark L, when we do what, how we link it into another word. So, Amy, make sure that you can write now. I'm not sure if you have Essentials access or Whole Academy access. Probably Whole Academy access, because I don't think Essentials access is coming to these classes. If you go to the Courses tab, okay, great. Amy says I do. If you go to the Courses tab and you check out the Consonants course, there's a fairly long video there on L that sort of lays it all out. You can get the concepts there, and then you can start working with the soundboards for the examples. But the dark L is one of the sounds in American English that can really ground your voice down low, which is what we want. It can really help you bring your placement down. So I love it when students find a good dark L. It just brings in a really nice overall quality. Okay, let me look at my other questions. How do I identify the syllable from any word? You have to look it up. Just like you can't know the pronunciation without looking at it, if I'm reading and I see a word I don't know, I have to look it up to know what is the stress, what is the pronunciation. It's not like, well, there are some words where we have rules. And Krishan, in the academy, Oh man, which course is it in? It's in one of the stress courses. I can't remember which one. I think it might be stress 2. There's a bunch of rules about stress based on the suffix. So you can go in and look at those and you can drill those words, but those are really the only cases where there are pretty clear-cut rules about stress for long words based on some suffixes. For example, ETTE, cigarette. That stress will always be on that last syllable. Well, there aren't that many words that end in ETTE, but there are some, and they all have last syllable stress. So there are some little tricks like that you can discover. Okay, so Seung Jong is saying, hey, since we're talking about the dark L, can we talk about the words like Earl, world, curl, girl, pearl? So these are all words that have the R consonant vowel followed by dark L. So I'm just going to slow it down and describe what I'm doing, but then these would be great words to ask for in the student request course to be recorded. Because really doing them over and over is what's going to lock in the pronunciation. The play it, say it, always going to work better than me talking through the whole thing. But I can say for the R consonant vowel, the tongue tip is pulled back and up just a little bit. It's not touching the front. It's not resting up here. It's back here. It doesn't pull far back, but it lifts a little bit. For the dark L, the tongue tip comes back down, and then it's the back part of the tongue that does the work. So your tongue goes from being pulled up, lifted up, bunched up a little bit here to being down and pressing down in the back. Girl. So definitely you want to work on your R sound. Get that comfortable. Be able to hold that out. Then you want to work on your dark L. Get that comfortable. Be able to hold that out. Then take these words and hold them out. Hold out the R sound, switch to the dark L, hold out the dark L sound. Girl. Because if you can't focus in on either of those sounds and hold them out, the word itself will never be comfortable. But it's doable. It's doable. Okay, someone who's in the academy calling in from an iPhone is asking about the O diphthong, like go, home, don't. Is there a reduction when you say it in a fast sentence? I mean, it depends on the word. Like the word go, the word home in general, these will not reduce. But don't, definitely people will say, I don't know. And then instead of don't, it becomes dun, dun, dunno, dunno, dunno. So the word don't can definitely reduce. Go and home generally won't reduce. They start with some jaw drop. Oh, and they finish with lip rounding. You need both of them. Go. The thing that most students miss is a jaw drop at the beginning, relaxed lips. They go right into that. Oh, and we do not want that. We want them relaxed movement in. Go. And you don't round your lips until the very end. Now, if it's unstressed, like let's take the word home. I don't want to go home. Home, home, home. It's quieter, it's lower in stress, it's lower in volume, but it's still oh, oh, oh. It's still both sounds. But don't, I don't know. Very common to say, dunno, duh. Then the O diphthong becomes duh, dunno. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. You guys, I'm afraid that my voice is getting towards the very end of what it can do. Let me take some more tea. Let me look at maybe one more question. Alseni, thank you for being here. Hola, soy Juan. Thank you for being here. Ronaldo Ferreria. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Thank you for being there, Dr. Ayman. We've got people coming in from Facebook and YouTube, and I appreciate you. And you know what I better say before I forget? Look at that. The code LIFE10. The live stream is going to end in about 1 minute, and then that code won't work anymore. This is the last live stream of this sale event. This is the last day of the sale. We're closing it down. Of course, you can still join the Academy. It's just not going to be at this price, this May sale price. But we're getting lots of students signing up this last day, and we'd love to have you be one of them. We do offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so try it out. Just get in there and try it out. And if you think, okay, I've worked on these courses, I've worked with this method, I don't think it's for me, then let us know, and we'll refund you. But start with the essentials. Do the work. You're going to crush. The essentials, I want you to give me about 25 minutes a day. And that's not a small commitment, for sure. But it's not forever and ever. It's just for a few weeks. And when you can give me that 25 consistent minutes for several weeks, you are going to get so much good change. You're going to get such a deeper understanding of how to leave your native language voice out of your English speaking voice. And I love it. I love to see that happen. So join the Academy and go right to Essentials. When you sign up, you get instant access. So within 2 minutes of signing up, you can be in Essentials, watching the first video, doing the first recording exercise, doing the repetition. And that's what's going to get you what you want. It's repetition. It's not the videos. It's doing the play it, say it, work using your own voice. Okay, guys, I have to go. If you are in the Academy, I am doing a live class at the end of May, so hopefully I will see some of you there. In the meantime, get into the Essentials, get into the community, post, comment, let's support each other, let's get to know each other. I'm so happy to see so many new students. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you in the classroom.